So I just wanted to touch base on that for any new members or old members that may have not had a time to talk to Devin. He's been immensely busy, and he's going to be starting school here soon, so he's trying to do full, like, balls to the wall organization. So if you're active in the movement in the Florida area, you'll probably be hearing from him, and if you're not, you might be getting a friend request soon. So I also want to let you know about that.
Good deal, good deal. You know what I was noticing, too, and while I got you on the phone, I was wondering your feedback. Like you said, that's where we're getting a lot of information and stuff getting posted up at the Facebook page. But do you yourself spend much time on the group site page? Because I've been actually seeing a lot of people joining there, and I think I'm trying to get in contact with Devin, too, just to give that group site a little tweak to start shooting them to some of these places where maybe a little bit more activity is going on, you know?
Absolutely. That's one of the things that he's going to try and cover. I implore everybody in the state, if you're able to, next Wednesday to attend the TeamSpeak meeting. Devin will be present, and we possibly might even have Austin. But I'm going to do everything I can to get there. I do not plan on missing this. I know I've said that before, but I really want to talk to Devin and talk to as many people as possible. So I implore everybody to be there this Wednesday. I will be there with bells on. And I do agree the group site is a little in its premature stages, but it's been that way for a little bit. And right now, I think with all the information gathering we're going to do, and Devin is actually going to reach out to some people to coordinate the site to help alleviate new members coming in and welcoming them. He's actually setting up a guideline where, like, if there's a new member that is, tried to contact us, we can absolutely send them somewhere, and I think we're gonna get it taken care of with the group site. And we actually had originally intended the group site to be a temporary site until we got our main site back up. So as it may be a little clumsy at first to operate, right now I think instead of making a jump right away, we should all come to a consensus, and that's why I'm imploring people to come to the next TeamSpeak meeting Wednesday at 8. And you do a great job of reminding people, and I'm glad I made you admin of the Facebook page, because you're picking up where I'm slacking. So I appreciate that.
Well, right on, brother. I appreciate it, and we'll definitely see you at TeamSpeak Wednesday. And I don't mean to be rude, but we got another caller here, so I'm going to go ahead and go that way, and we'll talk to you all on Wednesday. Appreciate it, Andy, and we'll get that Pinellas Town Hall going for you.
All right. Thanks, Drew. Bye-bye.
All right. Take care, brother. Hello?
Hey, Drew. Hello.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, this is Carlo over in Orlando.
Hey, Carlo, how you doing, brother? Nice to hear from you. What's on your mind tonight?
Well, I was just calling because I'm listening in on the conversation you were having on your broadcast. I wanted to give a little bit more of an update on the efforts that I've been going through locally here in Orlando.
Yeah, I'd love to hear it, man. Love to hear it.
All right, well, I'll try and keep it quick, but just as a quick update to you, I've emailed you the information that we've been looking for. Apparently Andy is one of the group site managers, so that's good to hear from him. Devin has been on lately and doing a lot of updates. I've been coordinating with him on the side, getting a lot of information over to him, and particularly updating the links that were on the group site that were posted to that YouTube video that was no longer there. So we're trying to clean up some of the organization. Also, I've coordinated with the other website, the one that's officially linked on the main U.S. Global website for the official Florida chapter. I've asked the U.S. Global website to somehow coordinate with them to either link that site to the group site, since most of the activity is occurring on the group site, and for the obvious objective of streamlining our organization and make us appear more organized, because you and I have had conversations about that we need to appear more organized so we don't lose newcomers when they come to the site and get discouraged about certain links not working and whatnot.
Yeah, I agree. And real quick on that, I want to say I did get an email off to the global YouTube page informing them of our new YouTube page too. So at least as far as the YouTube page goes, I've sent an email out that way. We'll see what comes back. But, so hopefully we'll get everybody linking up the right way there. But continue on, brother.
Yeah, fantastic. I just wanted to mention that there are efforts going on behind the scenes to streamline the organization, and a message that goes out to all three of you, Andy, Devin, and I can't remember the other gentleman's name, but if ever you guys need help, I know Drew, he's definitely doing his part. You can contact me anytime. I'm available, Carlo, on the group site. And a quick update and message I want to get out to you and the group is one of the big ideas that we came up with locally here in the Orlando area is putting together a local school competition in the college's art department to design a specialized T-shirt that we are asking the students to view Zeitgeist moving forward and then develop a T-shirt to represent the message of the movie. And what we believe will happen is twofold. We'll get people interested in the movie and the movement, increase our numbers, and we'll gain exposure. So anyway, man, giving it back to you on the show. Just wanted to give you that update, and glad to hear you online.
All right. Thanks a lot, Carlo. Take it easy, brother, and we'll be in touch.
Sounds good, brother.
Thanks for calling. All right. Bye. Yeah, that's actually exactly where I left off. I was saying I thought that was a tremendous idea, too. One of the things they came up with, that competition for the schools to create a T-shirt based on their concepts and the way they interpreted moving forward, part 3 of the Zeitgeist series. That's fantastic to get students involved. These are the kinds of people that we really would love to open their minds to this type of idea. I don't know, I'm not going to college right now, so I don't know exactly the mindset that's at some of these places, but any professors that are open to this kind of thing is just all to the benefit. So, really getting students involved to think about this and then to interpret it in their own manner and try to get involved that way. I think that was a wonderful idea. Whoever came up with that, brilliant. I'd suggest anybody that has access to schools in any way, shape, or form, try something like that. It can be with, flyers or bumper stickers, or even in the high schools, anybody that's working on graphic design. It's a great way to get people involved, and at the same time, byproduct is getting more shirts out there, more bumper stickers out there. And along the lines of the shirts, I'm going to reiterate what I believe I mentioned last time, but somebody in the California chapter came up with the concept of Day Z, which would be the first day of every month everybody wearing a Zeitgeist T-shirt, and the concept that more and more people will see all and bunched up in one day. Somebody who's never heard of it will see Zeitgeist T-shirts 5, 10, 15, 20 times within one day. They're naturally going to have to look into that and think a little bit further as to what it's about. It's all about spreading awareness, folks. And in the concept of spreading awareness, there's different things that we can do. It doesn't have to be, although we talk a lot about the Zeitgeist movement per se here, there's a lot of different tangents that are involved with that. That's why I like the concept of Food Not Bombs and, supporting other groups in October 2011 and getting involved with different groups to talk to them about this and to express our support for those type of activities. And there's different aspects outside of the social awareness part. There's also the practical part of what can we do to better ourselves along these lines. Stuff like the technology side with Doug Millett and zeitnews.org. One of the things that I went and saw earlier this week was Transcendent Man. And it's a wonderfully interesting film about the future of technology and the future of mankind, looking about 30 years down the road with the concept of exponential growth in technology, thinking about the singularity, which is the point when computer intelligence overtakes, or no, I don't want to say overtakes, but surpasses human intelligence. This is something that's going to happen at some point, and it may be 2030, it may be later. Who knows? It may be sooner, but it's something that we shouldn't stick our head in the sand about. We don't need to, some people will just automatically start going to some weird despotic Terminator kind of world, but that doesn't need to be what it is. And we're going to go to one more call here. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I sure can. This is Drew. How you doing?
Hi, this is Devin.
Oh, hey, Devin. How you doing, man? Nice to hear you.
Hi, I'm well. I was just listening to the show, and I heard you mention activities with schools and colleges and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention that we have someone in Daytona, Eddie Hope, who's trying to form a college forum with his university so that he can hold meetings and give presentations and hold discussions on these sort of topics.
Oh, that's fantastic. And that's in Daytona?
Yeah, Daytona State College, and also we have someone at FAU who's trying to do the same thing here in Boca Raton. Another person in the University of Central Florida, and also University of Miami.
Have you found they've been a little bit more receptive to this kind of thing?
Yeah, I think colleges and universities is a really good place to start. I mean, you can open the discussion with various departments. It could be architecture, sociology, psychology, economics, various sciences. And I also forgot to mention that Austin, the other state co-coordinator, is trying to do the same thing with his sociology club at Indian River College.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, I agree. There are so many different aspects. This doesn't apply to just the economic, to just the technology side. Like you said, we're talking architecture, everything along down the line. It just makes so much sense, and there's so many opportunities to kind of open the door a little bit and start thinking along these lines. So that's excellent, man.
Yeah, I really just wanted to compliment everyone on their hard work. It's really difficult to form a new club or some kind of discussion group at a university when there's a lot of rules and regulations that prevent such groups from popping up. And I know Eddie Hope's having a time of that with his university, but he's still going at it, and I think he's having more success this semester, and I think he'll have his discussion group up and running this year.
That's great. Good deal. Well, we're down to about 2.5 minutes here before we start to sign off. Is there anything else you wanted to spread the word? I know I'm looking forward to you going to be in TeamSpeak this Wednesday. I'm looking forward to be able to talk to you a little bit further and in depth, there. But if there's anything else you'd like to let people know about, feel free, man.
No, thanks for having me on. I'll talk to you on Wednesday on the TeamSpeak meeting. Congratulations.
Okay, then. Looking forward to it, man. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Well, there you go. So it looks like more people are working around the universities all the time. And make sure everybody catches TeamSpeak this Wednesday. Devin's going to be there. We're all going to have a little bit more chit-chat about how we can really pull this together in a more organized way and be a little bit more effective at the same time. And looking forward, as we were just mentioning, that there's different aspects that a lot of these general mindsets lend itself to. One of them is sustainable living, which ties into some of the technology that I was mentioning briefly about what's going to be happening in the future. I would strongly suggest everybody watch this documentary free on YouTube called Garbage Warrior. It's not about garbage, it's about sustainable housing. This guy, and it's twofold, about creating housing that is fantastic and effective, as well as along the lines of what Devin said, sometimes it's hard to get into these universities. Sometimes you'll be shocked at how hard it is to implement some of these better housing methods in the real world when it comes to politics and government. And you can see how this guy made sustainable housing and had to fight the system to get there. And it looks like we're making headway with a concept called Earthship in Orlando, which I suggest everybody look into. And we'll talk a little bit more about that 2 weeks from today on the next Blog Talk show. And I'm going to have on from Naples, and we're going to talk a little bit more about sustainable housing and the different ideas, the different groups, the different technologies that are going to be available to us, and how we can really capitalize on making people aware and being able to get through the system, be able to implement these types of innovative changes to the way that we'll be living our lives in the future. These are all things that we're thinking about working towards. I want to thank everybody for calling in, and let me see if I can get a calendar up here. Our next show is going to be August 20th, Saturday night at 11:30 p.m. Everybody take good care. I'll talk to you soon.
Only a choice. No effort, no work, no job, no savings of money. A choice right now between fear and love.